You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ12. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ12 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ13 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
If I wouldn't have gotten married, I don't think I would be in the place I would be.
Yeah.
If I'm out here hurting this woman, how can the Most High look down on me and say, you're doing something great and I want to elevate you? I feel like every day I go to work, I'm still not free. But at the same time, I would do it because those chains work better than McDonald's chains. You see what I'm saying? If you in tech and if you have a 9-to-5, use your 9-to-5 as leverage to catapult your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like Storm Lee will always say, your 9-to-5 should be your first business partner.
All right, look, y'all. We talk a lot about getting to the bag in tech. You can get to the bag, you can scale the bag, you can start a tech business, you can do all these different things in the industry. But we don't talk enough about what do you do with that bag to trickle it into several other bags and do other things in life to create true freedom. Because look, as much as I'm a huge proponent of people getting in this industry, grinding hard, working hard, making amazing money, enjoying the benefits, the perks, all of that, at the end of the day, the goal is truly freedom. Financial freedom, freedom to spend time with your family, freedom to do the things that you want to do with your time, your money, your resources, your purpose. And realistically, yes, you could definitely do that. A lot of people are doing that, making $150,000, $200,000, $500,000 plus in tech. Nevertheless, those people that are still living that way are entirely still chained to their job. And they're not able to do the smarter things to take that money, put it into other things, to scale that and have that true freedom sooner rather than later. So our guest that we have today, first off, he's in tech. He's been doing a lot of amazing things in the industry. But beyond that, he's been taking his tech bag and been able to do some incredible things in his life. And we're going to talk about it today, how you can take that tech bag, flip it, and do some other incredible things with it. Go ahead and give a virtual round of applause. Put the fire emojis, the clapping emojis, the 100 emojis, the celebration emojis. Tap your steering wheel if you're driving in the car because we don't want you to wreck. For our guest today, Chris Jackson.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Thanks for being on Techisthenewblack.
Man, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah,
definitely.
bro.
I'm excited.
Hey, man. So look, bro, we got some stuff to talk about. So listen. Mm-hmm. So you get in the tech bag. You're also a trader. So one, you're a trader. Mm-hmm. You're a business owner. You also get into the tech bag. Yeah. So as those different components, please tell us, why should someone care to get a job in tech? Because right now, everybody's like, oh, no, man, don't get no job. Don't work for the man. Right. Nah, man, just take whatever money you getting, start a business with it, or take the small bag that you're getting and put it into investments. Why would you say, hey, yeah, all of that's good, but you should also consider a job in tech?
Right. I'll be honest with you. So tech truly changed my life.
Yeah.
Before I got my first tech job, I was at a company for 9 years. And I started off making $11 an hour.
Yeah.
After 9 years, I was making $17 an hour. I got a $6 raise.
After 9 years.
9 years.
So it didn't even keep up with
raise.
inflation.
No, by no means, right? So I quit, right? I love the movie not Baby Boy, but Boys in the Hood.
Oh, yeah.
When my man walking in Nia Long's house crying, fighting the air and all that good stuff, right? Yeah, all that good stuff. So me and my wife's now, but she's my fiance at the time, I walked into the house. See, I can't do it no more. I was crying, throwing my arms and all that stuff, right? I just love that part of the movie, so it's perfect time to do it. But I was really hurt. I was in tears, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, do what you gotta do. So I think like 6 months before I went, and I quit. Yeah. And I went to working at Lowe's. They was paying me $10 an hour for like 2 months. And then I got my first tech job.
Yeah.
August 2015, I got my first tech job.
Man.
At Wells Fargo as a technical project manager.
Yeah.
Making $40 an hour. I'm like, holy crap, on a contract. Role, right?
So, real quick, wait, no. I got to make sure you catch this.
Yeah.
So, you worked somewhere for 9 years.
9 years.
They put you got up to after 9 years, you said 17 an hour.
17 an hour.
You were frustrated. Said, I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not accepting this. You left. Mm-hmm. But then before God elevated you, first you took a drop down to $10 an hour.
$10.35 an hour at Lowe's.
Ooh, he remembered the 35 cents.
Exactly.
He felt that.
Exactly.
Every penny.
35 cents. Mm-hmm. And then you ended up doing a tech role at a traditionally a non-tech company. Because again, I tell y'all all the time, you can do a tech job at a non-tech company. Yes. You could do a non-tech job at a tech company. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of different ways to kind of get to the tech bag and some different angle. Mm-hmm. But you jump from $10.35 an hour to you had a quadruple increase to $40 an hour, which for those of y'all that know your math and know your annual salary, that's $80K a year.
Exactly.
Bruh.
Whole life change.
I bet.
Whole life change, because now my whole thought process, I was surviving off of $17 an hour.
Yeah.
Now I'm making $40 an hour. Now my family is taken care of. The things that I'm behind on getting caught up on.
Yep.
And now I can actually go out there and try to do additional things, right?
Yes.
Because tech is actually, this job is taking care of everything. And I didn't even know this stuff existed. I never knew this stuff existed until I quit my job.
Wait, hold up. Because, all right, y'all know what it is. Most people to find out, I'm not going to say most people, but as far as I've been able to tell, most of our audience, at least the people that come to us, they say, yo, I didn't know about this industry. Yeah. Or at least I didn't know that this industry was such an opportunity that I could leverage until maybe watching Tech is the New Black or seeing content from different tech creators. But you just literally fell into the industry.
Yeah, it's crazy. So my brother-in-law, he worked for Duke Energy at the time.
Yeah.
And he actually sent me, like, he knew I had quit my job, so he sent me like a list of like 10 recruiters. So I sent the email out to the recruiters, didn't think nothing of it, and next thing I started getting some hits back. So I actually went on my first interview with the recruiter. She looked at my resume, she said, what did you do with this job? You said it's the operational support. So I broke it down. She said, no, change that to data analyst, because what you're doing is a data analyst. Because the jobs don't know what an operational support is, but they know what a data analyst is. Yeah. So I changed that. Next thing you know, I'm getting interviews here, interviews there. And I finally locked one in. All praise to the Most High. Yeah. The interview was crazy. I locked one in, making $40 an hour at Wells Fargo. Changed my life.
Brother.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy. It's so wild how something as small as tweaking what the name of something is you did could change. You know, that's low key wild. I feel like there's a word in that. It's like there's something as small as changing the word that could change the trajectory of your life. And it's like low key, I wasn't even trying to go there, because I'm thinking about it. It's like sometimes we think about even the power of our words.
There's power in the name.
Yeah.
There's power in the name.
Yo, there's power in the name.
Power in the name.
Yeah.
But it's like real facts. Yeah. It's like there's something that seems so small. It's like, yo, just change your thinking.
Yep.
And it's like somebody's like, no, man, that's not possible. Change your thinking. Yo, stop changing it to it's not possible to just drop the not, change it to it's possible. It's possible. And it's like you change that word, it could change the whole trajectory of your life.
Exactly.
Bro, that's crazy.
Exactly.
One word.
It's crazy.
Man. Hey, come on now.
One word.
Hey, come on.
Go crazy with that one word.
Hey, one word.
Look. Hey, look, bro, that's fire. So you got an industry, $80K, beautiful. Love it. Love it for you. When was that?
That was 2015.
2015. So So you got in as you said a data
was a technical project manager at Wells Fargo.
Okay, technical project manager at Wells Fargo.
Yep.
Project management is booming right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, so you got in as a technical project manager. What did you do in your career after? And my bad. First, let me pivot back. And so I want to make sure, because I know people in the comments going to be like, hold up. Like, don't move past that. You got to touch on that answer. So that's how you got in the industry.
Okay.
For someone who are like, okay, cool, that's cool and all, but why should I not just go ahead and just jump out here, jump off the porch and start a business or do what benefit is there for me to get in tech, and how can that benefit my life in other ways?
Two things I say, right? Freedom.
Yeah.
Because you in tech, for my roles, I had a lot more time on my hand, right?
Yeah.
Second thing is now you have something to bankroll your business. People think going into business is just simple. You need something to bankroll your business. You know.
Just talked about.
Man,
Got to bankroll.
come on now.
Got to bankroll.
Come on now.
So you think about I went from 17 to 10 to 40. That's a huge gap of money that I can bankroll anything that I'm trying to do now.
Bruh.
But I wouldn't have had if I was just doing, if I would have straight the business, lights still got to be paid, mortgage got to be paid, daycare, all these things have to be paid. What's going to take care of that for you?
Yeah, and that's why many of us we jump to debt. We jump into, and mind you, I'm not anti taking out a loan. I'm not anti getting investors. I'm pro those things. But it's like, there's a quote, and I think Mark Cuban said this. He was like, if you have to go into debt to start a business, it's a bad business, or you're a bad business owner. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I heard that.
And so, like you mentioned, it's like, you can be your own investor in your own business from the job that you're working. And mind you, technically everybody can do that, but it's like, it's a lot easier to do that at $80,000 than at
$20,000-$30,000.
Exactly.
Trust me.
Big facts.
Exactly.
Bro, so I love that. So definitely make sure y'all giving some game during this episode. Those of y'all that are aspiring business owners, and you're like, okay, man, should I get in tech? Should I start a business? Should I invest? Boom, do both. Get in tech, take that tech bag, and then we'll talk later about how you actually, if you want to get a business loan, how you can actually get a bigger business loan.
Oh, yeah.
They'll trust you more with them seeing that you have a job in tech. But that's a whole another little sidebar. All right, so look, so let's get a little bit deeper into the weeds. So you started that company, $80,000. What happened from there? Like, where'd you go?
So crazy thing about it is I started that company $80,000, $40 an hour. Yeah. And I actually started building a relationship with my boss. Okay. That was probably the best thing, one of the best things that happened to me, right?
Okay.
I built a relationship with him. So it was roughly around December 2015. He said, Chris, how much you make? So, because I went through a contracting group, right? So, the contractor's making probably about $150. Offer me, and I'm getting $40. So they probably making like a good $80 an hour. I'm getting $40, right? So he's like, how much you make? I told him $40. He said, go ask for $5 more, right? So he said, go ask for $5 more. So I went back to the lady because keep in mind, I just came back from making $17. So I'm just happy to be here. Bro, I'm cool with the 40. I don't want to ruffle nobody's feathers, right? So I went in there and asked for 5. When I say she got hot, got mad, XYZ, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna chill. I don't want nobody to take me away. He said, no, go back in there and tell her you want 5. So I went back in there, and next thing you know, January 2016, she called me into the office. She's like, don't tell nobody I did this. We do not negotiate after a contract. So boom, I got a $5 raise. Yeah. But that told me that I'm the prize and they need me. Yeah. So now I understand the game. So I left. So after an 18-month contract there, I went to Bank of America. They was offering like 50. I said, no, I want 55. So from that point on, I knew that every time, you see what I'm saying? So I knew from that point on, I knew every time they offered me something, I was asking $5 to $10 more.
That's every time. Y'all better write that down. Look, for those of y'all that's like a little mathematically inclined. I'm not the best mathematician, but $40 an hour to 45. So you're like, oh, it's $5. That goes from 80,000 to 90,000. That's how much.
Yep.
Oh, love that.
Yep. So I went to Bank of America. Yeah. $55 an hour. Yeah. And the person who came in, he was making like 47. So I'm like, yeah, I'm above you. Anyway. Okay. But so long story short, I worked there for a while, got hired on, made more relationships there. Relationships is big, right? Yes. Made more relationships there on projects I was working on, all that good stuff. And then this one guy was talking to him and said, hey, I want to go full time at Bank of America. And he was like, man, I was looking at bringing you on as a contractor for me after this contract was over. So that story kind of ended, but because he left. So I actually got hired on at Bank of America, making like 115, I believe, with 15% bonus, or 120 with 15% bonus.
Oh,
so it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's good.
And then the next lesson that I learned about how to operate this corporate America world, my boss sat me down in the interview and said, Chris, after 2 years, you shouldn't be in this role no more. She's like, after 2 years, don't be in this role no more. So before my 2 years was up, she had bounced already. So what I learned is people bounce from place to place, and every place they go to, they make more money.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Y'all know what that is.
So the guy that I was talking to at Bank of America, when I told him I wanted to go full time, he went to Wells Fargo. He said, Chris, I could get lunch one day, because we all downtown Charlotte, so we get together, right? Yeah. When he got lunch, he said, Chris, I'm at Wells Fargo. I want to bring you over to Wells Fargo. Boom, he brought me over to Wells Fargo. Bigger bag, bigger bonuses. Then Wells Fargo, I had a couple more gigs. I'm in data analytics and all that good stuff, right? So I got another job inside of Bank of America, because he left and went somewhere else. And then when he went somewhere else, he called me again. Chris, I'm over here. I want you to come with me. Same brother done bought me from Bank of America to Wells, from Wells to the new place.
Oh man.
And 10 times bigger bag. Bigger bag.
No, he was looking out. That's how we supposed to do.
That's why I say it's a blessing, right? It was a blessing, but none of this would have happened. Like, I personally don't feel like I'm qualified for either one of the roles I ever had.
Bro, I love you saying that so much, because, and y'all let us know, I'm sure y'all can resonate with this in the comments. Like, how many of y'all sometimes are like, man, okay, I want to get in tech, but I feel like I won't be qualified, or I'm afraid to have imposter syndrome. I tell y'all all the time, I've never felt fully qualified to do what I've been doing in tech. Now, I've done it. I've done the job. I've crushed it. I've killed it.
Right.
But I've never ever felt 100% like, yo, I just know that I know that I'm good.
Exactly.
And so I love that you mentioned that, because if somebody y'all see this, like, hasn't just been in one company, he's been in a variety of companies. He's been crushing it. And even he says, like, yo, I've never felt qualified. But guess what? He in this thing and he killing it. Bro, I love that.
Definitely. And the crazy thing about it, even you say about being qualified, I remember the first job I got, right? Like, so keep in mind, I'm coming out of Lowe's. I'm downtown Charlotte with people. They got these suits on and everything. And I'm walking around like, bro, I'm out of place. I'm feeling out of place. So one of the first things I had to do was do this dashboard, Excel document dashboard. And I didn't know how to do it. I knew how to do some Excel stuff, but I didn't really know how to do it. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up, open my laptop, go to YouTube University. How to create a Microsoft Excel dashboard. I sit there and did every single thing that video said do. I did it. The next morning, gave it to my boss. He was blown away. I said, holy crap, I'm in here. I said, there's no turning back now. I said, there's no turning back. I'm in. I got the answers right. I got some of the answers right here, but you just got to understand what you're looking for, the concept.
Yeah. Bro, that is fire. Yeah. I love it. But I think the biggest piece, there's a few different things you've already said. And I don't want people to miss it. Like, we hear the money, we hear the story, but there's like some real nuggets that he's dropping throughout the conversation. I want to make sure y'all are picking up. One, it's all about that relationship piece. How important it is to have those relationships. Because had he, and this happens a lot, y'all, and the whole purpose of these conversations is to make sure that we're helping people like make the right decisions as you're getting in the industry. A lot of people are getting in the industry and they're like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna kick my feet up. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna just do the job. That's it. It's a lot of running jokes where people say, oh, man, I ain't trying to be in no meetings, or, oh, when your coworker's trying to have small talk, your manager wants to have small talk, ha, ha, ha. No. You already said that small talk, those relationships, the most valuable thing that we have in this world is relationships. Those relationships that he had was the common thread that allowed him to be able to make those different moves that he was able to make. And so, like, understand, don't be one of those people that are just, I'm just getting it back and that's it. No, relationships matter. Yeah. So people matter. And so one, I want y'all to catch that gem. The other piece, of course, we already touched on how the whole, okay, he might not have felt like he was fully qualified and stuff, but he did it anyway. But the third piece I want to make sure y'all peep game to is how when he realized he couldn't do the work, he didn't just say, oh, I can't do it, that's it.
Right.
He figured out a way. He used the resources that were before him. And really, that's what he's doing the whole time. Like, whether you're talking the relationships you had, or if you're talking using the resources in terms of like YouTube.
Right.
And so it's important that we're not just getting in this industry and we're just like, oh man, I kind of hit a wall. Leverage those relationships, leverage the free available resources that are out there, So, bro, I love that for you, but that's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Crazy. All praises.
Yo, so for everybody that's interested in what this guest is talking about and you would love a similar career, I suggest you check out Careerist Bootcamp. Course Careerist is a boot camp that I have been partnered with for well over a year now, and they have helped more people break into tech, I'll be honest, than any other boot camp that I've personally seen. So look, Course Careerist is only $500, that's it. But if you use our discount code Cyrus50, you'll get an additional $50 off. So that way all you pay is actually $449. That's it. No additional price later, no extra costs, extra fees. That's it with the price for Course Careers. Now, they're a self-paced boot camp that you can take and be able to get a variety of different roles in tech. So make sure you check them out. Use our link below and that discount code if you want an additional $50 off, and keep us posted on your journey breaking into tech.
So look, so you are an SVP of a Fortune 500 company.
I work for Citibank, I can say that.
Okay, Citibank.
Citibank.
Okay, bet it up. Citibank.
Yeah,
Hey,
Citibank.
shouts out to Citibank. So SVP at Citibank. And SVP, that's a senior vice president, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure we clear. And so there's a whole lot of acronyms.
Right.
It's a lot
Everywhere,
of acronyms
exactly.
around here. So I was like, let me be clear. Because I would have said something, you would have been like, what are you talking about?
This Negro here.
Yeah, for real. And that'll be me. People be in the comments like, bro, how you got a podcast talking about this stuff and you don't know?
You don't even know who you interviewing.
For real. So senior vice president at Citibank. And what exactly does a senior vice president of a Fortune 500 company in general do?
Yeah. So my particular role, I'm in data analytics, risk and controls.
Okay.
So my whole thing is any type of technology that we have in the company. Like say for example, if we have you have like Tableau or any technology that you may have, I'm responsible for making sure the risk and controls are in line, that this particular program is making sure the data comes out smooth. If the data comes out inaccurate, I have to make sure that controls are there. What's the risk? What's the inherent risk, residual risk, all these type of things.
Okay, cool. So we hear what you do. Let's talk about the value, because one of the things that happens is people are like, yo man, these companies paying what for what?
Right.
So tell people, like
Right.
let's say, now this wouldn't happen at Citibank, especially not with you there making sure everything's happening proper. But let's go on a scenario world. Let's say you weren't there. Let's say someone else was there and they just weren't caring about the job. They weren't doing their job.
Right.
What is the threat? Like, what is the potential threat that Citibank or just a company in general would face without having somebody that's in your position?
Well, I mean, we can talk like real companies, right? Let's talk about Wells Fargo.
Let's do it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wells Fargo has, and I was there before, so I can. But anyway, Wells Fargo had a lot of things, and they had a lot of things happen, right? So you get fined, what, $4 billion or something of that nature?
Ooh.
First, the most important thing that any bank care about is not even the money, it's the reputation.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? If their reputation they can hit, of course the money's going to follow after that, right?
Yeah.
But you think about, if you have the right risk and controls in place, these things do not happen.
Man.
People do not take money out of people's account if there's a control in place saying that, hey, this is there's a red flag right here. This should not have come out of this account. Let's go and investigate it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why risk and controls is very important, because it keeps the bank reputation intact.
Yeah. And it's important to mention that, because many times people are getting in this industry and they see the money and they see the job, they see the role, and they don't fully comprehend the gravity of the value of that role.
Yeah.
And the value that it brings. Because even you mentioned it, like some people would and what first off, like what's a good ballpark? You don't have to say exactly how much you're getting from your job right now, but what's a good range of somebody in your position?
Yeah, you should be in the mid 150s to 200, 225.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So someone will hear that and they're like, yo, 150 to 225,000 for that. And they're like, man, but it's like if y'all peep game, we say like that role could save the company billions.
Right.
With the B. So it's like that's a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of
Right.
like in terms of what they're paying. So that's why it's like, yo, the opportunities, the money that's in this space, it sounds so crazy, but realistically, it's like somebody in his position, it's like if he wanted to, he could continuously ask for more because of the value he's bringing, especially with crushing it within the industry. So, bro, there's a lot more I want to talk about. Oh, man. All right, hopefully we got time. We're going to try to get through as much as we can, y'all. Because as y'all can tell, I'm excited about this conversation. I'm enjoying it. So, look, bro, let's take a bit of a pivot. So, look, you're a young man making money in tech, business and trading. But a lot of men today, especially men that have the opportunity to be in a position like yours, they're kind of in a mood right now where they're like very anti-marriage. There's like an anti-marriage movement going on. There's a huge gender war that's going on right now. We see it with a lot of goofy, toxic content online for both men and women. But that being said,
You know, a lot of them will say like, bro, if I was in your position, bro, I'd be playing the field, I'd be doing this, I'd be doing that. What are your thoughts on, one, the state of relationships today, but two, more importantly, your thoughts on like marriage and family?
Yeah, no. So I say I got married 2015.
Okay.
I got married.
Was that the same year everything took off?
Same year everything took off. So you see where I'm going, right? I got the job a week before I got married.
Wow.
Yeah. So
because she was your girl at the time.
She's my fiance at the time.
Yeah, the fiance. So when the whole like Cuba Gooding Jr.
all that
punch in the air.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? So we in the middle of planning the wedding. You see what I'm saying?
Wow. So that was extra pressure on you.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if I wouldn't have gotten married, I don't think I would be in the place I would be.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? And this is why I say this, right? And this is not for everybody, so I'm not saying, but I truly feel like if the Most High has charged all of us with something to do, right? And we're responsible for the actions that we take.
Yeah.
If I'm out here hurting this woman, how can the Most High look down on me and say, you're doing something great and I want to elevate you?
Wow.
But at the same time, if I'm a child of the Most High, so is that lady, so is that lady, so is that lady, so is that lady.
Come on.
And I'm leaving all this baggage on them, hurting them. The Most High, how is the Most High looking down on me smiling?
Man,
That's
real.
That's kind of how I look at it, right?
Yeah.
So,
no, bro, those are facts. I mean, let us know what y'all think. If y'all agree or disagree in the comments, do y'all think like, man, that stuff don't matter? You know, it is what it is. You know, everybody take their L, everybody take their licks. But no, bro, I believe that entirely, dude. I'm happy that you shared that. I think it's important that, especially as men, that we kind of take that on. I can say a lot about this, but I actually want to like swing it over to Eric real quick because I mean, Eric is also married, got a beautiful family.
yeah.
So yeah, bro, like, what's your take on?
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ12. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ12 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ13 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
On kind of the state of everything, as well as like kind of that mentality that's going on right now.
Well, of course, it's a bunch of trash that a lot of people talk about because it's foolishness. They don't know that we're better together and that we're better equipped together. But also, just when you just transition into that space of marriage, just how you said how your life changed once you got married. Like, there's something that you can't even like. In your singleness, you can't even fathom the amount of grace or the change that happens once you say "I do." Like, there's something that's supernatural that happens that allows you to cover more than just yourself, because we really are coverings. Yeah. And once you enter into that covenant relationship with your wife or opposite. Or, well, now it's not opposite because they're not covering you. I mean, it's mutual. You're submitted mutually to one another. But once you're in that covenant relationship, God is going to give you a different grace to cover your wife. And then, of course, as you branch out and have kids, like he will do the same, where there'll be a supernatural grace that comes upon you, that you'll be able to have something to provide for not just your wife, but for the kids, because he wants us to be fruitful and multiply.
Right.
And you're not going to do that rightly single. You're not going to be fruitful and multiply that way. That's just outside of the bounds of how God wants us to do it.
Right.
Not that it doesn't happen, but like when you do it in that way, like there's transformation that happens.
Yeah, that's so real.
I believe so.
I mean, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing, and just like you mentioned, obtains favor. So you talk about like that favor, like something additional comes on, an additional favor. So that's definitely beautiful. I love it. So look, so we talked a little bit about people that are trying to get to the bag in business or investments, but they have a little bag already. So we're like, yo, get in tech so you can get a big bag. So now you can either be an investor into your business or, use that money into investments. Let's flip it on its head. There are a lot of people right now I've been noticing getting in tech. Again, they chilling, kicking their feet. They're like, yo, I'm eating good. I'm getting 140, 150, maybe even 200,000.
Right.
They're like, man, I'm straight. It's like they're not thinking about anything else. They just living their best life. Living, especially right now, it's like a whole tech. Like, it's cool to be in tech now. It's a whole tech culture thing. And again, if it wasn't cool to be in tech, tech is new black would not be a thing. So we love it. We here for it. We support it. We promote it. That being said, what would you say to the person that's like, yo, I'm making good money in tech. Right. Why should I care about investing?
Yeah. So for me, for example, I love my position that I'm in, but it's a weight on my back.
Okay.
I feel like every day I go to work, I'm still not free. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm big on freedom. Yeah. I want my freedom. Whenever once they give me that laptop, now that laptop is those chains around my neck. You see what I'm saying?
Even if I'm remote,
if I'm remote,
it's still chained to me.
Because right now I work remotely right now.
They can still call me.
They can call me. I gotta have these meetings. I want an XYZ. But at the same time, it's something that it's still something that I would do. I would do it because that chain those chains work better than McDonald's chains. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
it's better than all that stuff. But the thing about it is, when you start when you start investing, right? The main thing is when you start investing. If I'm making 140, 150,000 over here, if I take some of those funds and put it over here and say I'm going to invest it into the stock market or whatever, now I buy a 2-year contract on SPY. SPY go crazy. I just made a cool 50, 60, 70, $80,000 over here doing absolutely nothing. All because I understand how to about investing. Because you think about that 140 after you take away taxes. Boom, you come over here, 80,000, take away taxes. It's a beautiful blend. It's a beautiful blend. So that's why I tell people, I remember being on the train going to work, man. I used to see everybody on the train and working their nice suits and everything. Yeah. I'm like, man, this is dope. And I fell in love with it. But then when I got experienced and exposed to something different, I'm like, man, I can really be making 300, 400, 500,000. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's a totally different ball game. Yeah. I set myself up for the long run.
Bro, that's fire. I love it, bro. So I know that you also teach some stuff. So again, you work in tech, and I was looking on your social, and I was looking at information. I was like, okay, cool. He's teaching 9 to 5 people like how to, and I don't want to like mess up the. Can you say it for me?
Yeah, basically how to teach. So if you work a full-time job, I'm teaching you how to make additional income, trading stock options while still working your full-time job.
And I love that so much because I'm gonna tell y'all know God's been good. We've been getting to the bag in tech. Nevertheless, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like, I ain't gonna cap. Lately, Eric asked me yesterday. I was in New York recently, and Eric was like, "Oh, what you doing in New York?" I was hanging around some other like influencer people that's making money, and I was like, "Yo, I was around some dudes, some young boys, and I mean, I'm like, they get into a bigger bag, and I'm like, what is these young dudes doing that they got a bigger bag than me?"
Right.
And I'm like, oh, they're investors.
Yeah, I know a cat averaging 25,000 a day in the stock market.
A day.
It's crazy.
Trading options.
It's crazy.
A day.
It's crazy.
Ooh. Okay, so yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
It's crazy.
I started seeing that, and that just happened recently. And mind you, I knew it was a bag in investing. I knew it was a bag and all that stuff. But in my mind, I was like, yeah, it's a bag. But I was like, I'm getting to the bag too. We all get into the bag. But I'm like, hold up. Some of them get into a bag that I ain't even touching. And I was like, but wait. I said, I could take the bag I'm getting. I can continue this bag and then put my bag into what they doing and scale that bag. Yeah. And so I was like, oh no. I said, I gotta start looking into this stuff a little bit. I gotta start looking into it. So what's some
I know you obviously you teach it, you instruct people, you help people be able to do all of that good stuff. What are some like little quick tidbits? This wasn't even in my notes to ask him, but I'm just like, yo, hold on, let me get a little bit of free game while I got him right here. What are some like just little quick little nuggets you could drop on some people on some things they should like consider doing?
So this thing about it, the stock market always goes up.
Yeah.
Even if it goes down on a downward trend for a minute, the stock market goes up. So for someone that's in tech, this is very important. I'm about to say, listen, for someone that's in tech, when you trade stock options, you can go out and buy a 2-year contract, right? So basically what a 2-year contract means, I can hold this particular stock for 2 years, but by the end of 2 years, I got to sell it. So if you go and buy the S&P 500 right now, and you hold it out for 2 years, say next year or next 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 18 months from now, the S&P 500 went up 50, 60, 70 to 100 points. Yeah. Do you know how much money you just made by investing in a 2-year contract?
How much? Tell us.
You made a lot of money. You probably made over $100,000, especially somebody who's in tech who has the money to put into it. When I first started trading, I lost $62,000. Okay. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't ask anybody for help. But guess what? Guess how I was able to live. Because I'm over here, one of these, I don't know which bank I was at, I think Wells Fargo. I'm making $100,000 a year plus 15-20% bonus. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it takes away that it still hurt. I lost $62,000, but at the same time, my family didn't go without eating. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? No bills didn't go unpaid because I had that thing I can lean on. Yeah. But that's why I tell people, if you in tech and if you have a 9-to-5, use your 9-to-5 as leverage to catapult your lifestyle. Yeah. Like Storm Lee will always say, your 9-to-5 should be your first business partner.
That's so real.
First business partner.
That's a bar. Your 9-to-5 should be your first business partner.
Yeah. And don't let that slip what I just said about a 2-year contract. Like if you in tech and you making some money in tech, go look for stocks. Find which stocks are a great place to buy yet. You buy you and let it sit for 2 years. You might only let it sit for a year. It might only sit for 8 months or 6 months. And next thing you're going to say, holy crap, this thing I invested, it's up $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Yeah. You're going to like, holy crap, did this really just happen? Yeah. You're going to be in a meeting with your boss and you're going to look at your phone. And your phone going to say P&L for the day, 10,000, P&L open, 60, 70,000. You like, I just made $70,000. I'm sitting here talking to my boss.
That's real.
You gotta tell them though that they got to keep their emotions in check when they see it going down though. Because if you ain't got your emotions in check, you gonna be a wreck when you see it going down.
62,000.
And that was that after you were in tech?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess it makes sense as you want to have the money to.
Exactly. That's what funded the whole thing. Yeah. Being able to put that first deposit in there didn't come from me working at Lowe's. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, bro, that's so fire, dude. I love it. So see, I definitely got to look into that stuff. And because I know that some people lose money, they gain money, and so one of the things I have noticed is like, okay, it's important for people to make sure that they're tapping in with somebody that's like teaching them the right things to do. Mm-hmm. Not that everything's ever 100% like always going to go up, but. Because I heard somebody say recently, they were actually on Anthony O'Neill's podcast. Shouts out to Anthony O'Neill, The Table with Anthony O'Neill. And they said, look, I can guarantee you one thing, you're going to lose money. And I was like, I said, yo, I appreciate that raw honesty, like straight up. Because it's like, yeah, we all want to make money, we want this, we want that. But it's like, yo, like also realizing, hey, there are always risks with things as well. But like anything that's worthwhile is going to be a bit of a roller coaster. Yes. If you're interested in breaking into a 6-figure career in tech or scaling to over $500,000 in tech, then this video is for you. If not, then just swipe away. But I was able to break into the tech industry October 2021. And in my first year, I scaled to over $500,000 in tech. My second year, I was able to gross over $1 million. More importantly, I was able to freely help over 600 people break into 6-figure tech careers as well and scale further in the industry. Now, the number one question I've been getting from people is how was I able to do this? How was I able to make so much money? How was I able to also help as many people as I've been able to help? Well, aside from doing coaching calls and trying to spend a whole bunch of time helping people individually, I've decided to create the Tech Rich program, where I literally break every single thing down that I've done and what I've been doing to show others how they can break into tech faster or scale to over $500,000 plus within their first few years in the tech industry as well. All you got to do, click the link in my bio. All the information's there. Check out the description. Message me if you have any other questions, and I'll see you on your journey scaling in tech. All right, bro. So look, we got to jump into this because I'm sure y'all been hearing all the time him saying, mention the Most High, mention the God, all that good stuff. So listen. So as a believer, because stuff going crazy right now. We got AI, robotics, right? All the interesting things that are happening. And a lot of believers are seeing things that's happening with technology, and they're like, yo, man, this is evil. This is the devil. This is like, we shouldn't fool with any of these things at all. You know, and then of course, like you add on top of that, you're talking about like black people. Like black people be spooked about stuff we don't know things about.
Don't take it to the extreme.
Yeah, for real. And it's like, as a black God-fearing man, what do you think about? Because I mean, you're dealing with tech, like you're in the industry, like you're involved in some things. And it's like, what are your thoughts when you see the technology, you see the things that are happening, and you hear people in our community, you know, or you hear people that are also God-fearing, they're like, yo, don't fool with that stuff crazy, that stuff spooky. Right. What is your thought process behind that?
I don't really fall into it. I mean, because listen, I'm technically my life 10 times easier.
Yeah.
You see, technology, AI, all these things make life easier.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we, who was it? Was it Henry Ford who said, if I ask somebody about
what they want, they would have said a faster horse.
Right, a faster horse. Like, no, you need something. This is different, right? You know, if I call him Yahshua, but Jesus is Yahshua, right?
Yeah,
if Jesus was still taking that same boat that almost got turned over in when the storm came, that'd be a problem, right? Now we got cruise ships, big ships. You see what I'm saying? It's a progression, right? But no, I think AI is here to stay. I love it, and I definitely think that's why I'm investing in NVIDIA, AMD. All these things.
Y'all smaller nuggets. Y'all hear? I was gonna ask and say, yo, you an investor? I say, you putting some of them investments.
Drop a few tickers. Drop a few tickers in the podcast real quick.
Okay, good. So we love that. Eric, looked like you was about to say something.
Nah, I was telling him to drop a few tickers in the podcast.
Oh yeah. I mean, y'all heard a couple of them. He mentioned he passively mentioned NVIDIA,
AMD,
you know, and. What else did he say, Eric?
AMD.
Hey, is that the same thing? Do you know if that's the same thing as the semiconductors at all?
Yeah, something similar.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we recently had someone on.
That whole sector is crazy.
Yeah. We recently had a semiconductor founder on.
Oh, dope.
Actually yesterday. Dope. So I'm not sure at the time y'all are listening and watching this if that episode drops yet because we don't know the order yet. But I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's
you know. That's the crazy.
It's a crazy. And the thing about it, it's not a wave where, in my opinion, it's not something that fad that's going to come and go away.
Oh, you know,
AI is literally changing everything.
Yeah.
So if you somebody that want to get in tech, you need to make sure you're surrounded by and understand what's going on with that, because companies going to start buying in. Even the AMD, the CEO of AMD, she was speaking at a conference. She was like, "Listen, it's going crazy right now. We got so many people that actually want to come in and use our software, basically because what we got going on."
And just like you said, I was just going to double back just to say, just like you mentioned, like not to fear that change, because people that's going to do evil are going to do evil whether with whatever they got. Exactly. So they're going to do some wild stuff with the stuff, but you just got to be able to brace it because it's happening. You can't avoid it. It's happening.
Yeah, I'm of the belief that if people are fearful, because no one's deep down, I don't think people are really fearful of the AI. Is more so it's the same way you shouldn't be fearful of a weapon. You should be fearful of who's wielding the weapon. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if you're a person, and I mean, let me know, like maybe y'all feel differently about this. Like if you're a person and you're like, yo, like I'm afraid of this stuff, I'm fearful of what's gonna happen. It's like, yo, maybe you should get involved in it. So you can be a part of the people that are having some level of influence. And listen, y'all, there's a lot of stuff we talk about in tech, but AI is one of the things that's so new. I promise you, those of y'all that are listening and watching right now, even if it's a year from now you're listening and watching, literally it's still something that's so new and so early on. You could be an expert in this space within the next couple of years. You can be a thought leader in this space. You can be an influential person in this space. So if you're so fearful of it, it's not too late for you to literally come in and be a mover and a shaker and be a decision maker with some things that are happening. So, but one of the things I love about hearing you talk, like I'm like, yo, this dude is having fun. It's like you aren't just. It's like there are some people that, you know, they're like, I want to take the bag. It's like you're not just getting the bag. You are. I mean, all the stuff like you listing these companies, like you're really peeping game and really kind of enjoying. You know what's that quote? What movie is that? Where he's like, bro, I love the hustle.
Oh, pay you forward.
Pay you forward. I love it.
We listen to all the black movies right now. We listen to all of them. He's like, bro, I feel like one of them ball players. It's like, bro, as I listen to you talk about it, and you listen to these different companies, and then you listen to the investment stuff, and you talking about the things you do in the industry, and it's like, man, one of the things I think about is how a lot of people hear about this tech stuff, they hear about AI, they hear about investing, they hear about all these things. And to them, it's like, man, it just sounds so boring. And I think, I'm like, if you get into it, it's really just taking step after step. You will realize how fire this stuff is.
It is.
Like how, because I remember literally 2.5 years ago, way before I was in tech, and I remember hearing this, I was like, bro, this stuff sounds boring. and now mind you, there definitely still some times I hear people talk about some stuff, especially when people start getting into code and talking about it. I'll be like, bruh. But it's like, man, a lot of the things, especially we talking about what the companies are doing, the technology, the money you can make, the opportunities, the connections. I'm like, yo, this is, we're just talking outside with Tiffany, and it's like, yo, it's so many ways to get the bag, so many connections you can make, so many moves, so many things you can do. And it's like, yo, this is like Tetris on steroids. There's so many moving parts. Right. And it's like, yo, it's fun as crap.
Right, it is.
And I get that vibe when I hear you.
It is. Like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. To be here, even sit here talking to you all about tech. Yeah. Man, I'm not supposed to be here talking to you guys about tech.
We're not supposed to be here doing this either.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like the wall was pushed down and we walked into this door. The door is knocked down. We walk into this door. Let's not just sit there and be happy that I'm inside the house. Man, let's build our own house.
Man,
come on. I'm telling you, listen, I told myself I will no longer just be happy being in the place. The Most High say you want to live life more abundantly. So therefore, I'm going to invest in the stock market. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to go crazy with tech. You see what I'm saying? Go crazy with it. When I walk into me, for example, I walk into I work remote. But when I go to my job, and this is the crazy thing about it, the job I was making $11 to $17 an hour with is the same place I'm at right now. Listen to what I just said. When I was making $11 an hour, been in that company for 9 years.
On the other side.
I came back on the other side. And now I'm not going to tell you exactly what I make, but I don't make $17 an hour. You see what I'm saying? I don't make $17 an hour. I just went to the other side.
Wait, no. I got to clarify because I got to make sure I'm understanding what you said. Because if you saying what I think you saying, my head going to explode. Are you saying you're back at that company?
I'm back at the company that paid the company that paid me $11 to $17 an hour. When I came back to that company, it's a whole nother ballgame. I'm the same person.
He spun the block on them.
Yowzers.
Think about this. No more education than I had when I was at the other. When they was paying me my $11 to $17. No more education.
You haven't done anything for education. You literally just made that move, and the only education is just you learning on the job.
Learning on the job, connections, learning on the job, and going through that process. And now when I came back, when I signed my name on the dotted line, when I signed my name on the dotted line, first thing I said was all praise to the Most High. Next thing I did, I flashed back to everybody, everybody that did wrong when I was making that $11, $17 an hour. I'm like, man, if you put this person who worked here, this person, all together, I make all of them combined. It's a blessing, man.
That's a beautiful story, a testimony. It sounds like similar to, I think his name is Richard Martinez, the one who created the hot Cheeto. He was a janitor.
I saw that's dope.
He was a janitor for Frito-Lay and ended up bringing that recipe, and now he's where he
Damn. So it's crazy, right? Like it's like that's why I tell people, man, like it's nothing you cannot do. Yeah. But you can't walk around, I'm happy to be here. I don't think this is gonna work for me, or I can't be like that person. You can exceed that person. Like I'm Chris Jackson from a small town in Rock Hill, small town in South Carolina, Rock Hill, South Carolina, bro. And it's just crazy. I love it, man. It's a blessing,
bro. That's a story. Yeah. That's a testimony.
Yeah, it is.
That's
crazy.
Fire.
It's crazy. Yeah,
man. We low key could end there, but we're not gonna end there because we got a couple more things. We got a little bit of time. We're gonna use this time. So. Bro, I love it. Love that for you. All right, so listen. So many different believers, God-fearing people, they believe that making money doesn't matter. Because some people, and realistically, there's a lot of people that's like, man, I don't need money. I just need God. That money stuff don't matter.
Right.
You know, money's evil. Money's the root of evil. Money's the root of all kinds of evil.
Twisting scripture.
All that stuff. Exactly. Of course, they be twisting scripture, getting mixed up.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I look at that stuff, and I'm like, of course, I think they're missing a boat. And when you see that, when you hear that,
and I'm sure you don't strike me as a person where you spend a lot of time around a lot of people that talk like that. But by default, I'm sure you hear that or see that in some different ways. What are your thoughts on someone who is also God-fearing, but they're like, man, that money still don't matter that much, man.
Yeah. Personally, first thing I think about is they haven't actually took the time and sat down and read the Bible for themselves on their own understanding. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you read the Bible and you understand what the Bible is actually saying, and you ask the Most High for understanding, you're going to see that, and this is my personal opinion, you're going to see that the Bible is a history book. The Bible is a history book about the children of Israel and everything that happens surrounding the children of Israel, right? Me personally, I feel like I am one of the children of Israel, right? I am a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see what I'm saying? So when I read, it's a history book for me. So therefore, things that happen in that Bible, now I get the understanding of what happened in the Bible. So somebody's saying, listen, being rich is not good. You shouldn't have to have money. Abraham was not broke.
Like, nah.
Nope.
Yahshua, Jesus was not broke.
Jesus wasn't broke. He was rich from birth.
Right, you see what I'm saying? Jacob wasn't broke. These people were not broke in this Bible.
They weren't.
These were kings. You got kings and queens. Solomon was one of the richest kings of all time.
Yeah, of all time. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, big facts.
You think about all that stuff. So why does the Most High, if he created this beautiful ocean, this beautiful mountain, he created all these things, but he want us to sit here, be poor, sitting right here in this small thing, doing small little section, going, living a life of repetitive back and forth on this highway. It's the only thing you see. No, he wants you to see this lake. He wants you to see this ocean, this thing, this thing, all these things. The airplanes in the sky. What mind did it come from? It came from the mind of the Most High.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
So therefore, you're not supposed to be on the mind. You're not supposed to be on the airplane. When the airplane was created by whose mind? The Most High's mind.
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to sit back in your little house and just chill and wait to pass away.
Don't leave your city. Don't leave that.
Don't let. Let me stay right here. I'm gonna come right here, pay this 10% tithe, and the Most High gonna take care of me.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So I just say, listen. I say salute you, congratulate to you, but you haven't read that Bible for yourself because the Most High wants you to live life more abundantly. I guess that they don't read that part in the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of parts they ain't reading.
They not read that all. They just repeat what they hear other people say.
Bingo. Yeah. That's why I say they haven't read it for themselves.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that so much, bro.
I always tell people this. I tell people that I am Joshua, right? So I am Joshua. So in the Bible, the children of Israel, when they was in captivity in Egypt, the whole thing was they was crying out to the Most High, take us out of this captivity, take us away from this slavery. And then the Most High chose Moses to take them out of their captivity and take them into the promised land, right? But we fail to realize that Moses never made it into the promised land.
Yeah, he didn't.
He fell short. He was able to see it, but he never made it into the promised land.
Exactly.
So who took them into the promised land was Joshua. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Joshua took them to the land of that land flowing with milk and honey. Yeah. Joshua did that. Yeah. The Most High told Joshua, the same way that I was with Moses is the same way I'm going to be with you. So I tell everybody, listen, if you're watching this right now and you know that in your family that you're that person who's supposed to take your family out of their captivity into that promised land, you are Joshua. That's why I tell everybody I am Joshua. Yeah, it's my goal. My aunts and uncles, they call me when they need a couple of dollars, right?
Let's go.
If I want my kids to be able to, when they go into school, when they go into the real world, they start up here, not down here.
Yeah.
I started down here. My dad started down here. My mom started down here. But we starting up here.
Yeah, bro.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, our grandparents, everybody did a great job. Yeah. But they did not take us into the promised land.
Exactly.
They were Moses. They were Moses. Now we are Joshua. There's too much information out here. So take your family into the promised land. Do what you're supposed to do for your family. If you've been charged with that. So that's why I tell everybody I'm Joshua. And you should be a Joshua too.
Let's go.
So that's it.
Love it.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ12. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ12 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.